Okay, so let's start by initializing the application. Okay, so Shopify app init. So this is the first thing that we have to do: initialize your MX application. Then we're gonna create the extension, and yes, select JavaScript or TypeScript, whatever you want to code with, and then we're gonna create this as a new application. Yes, so shipping discounts. I'm gonna name my application shipping discounts. So now let's just wait until npm install all the dependencies. Okay, we're ready. So let me clear the terminal here and have to navigate to the app. So shipping. Okay, now we need to open the application, and first thing I have to Shopify app env pull. So we need to pull the environment variables for our project from Shopify. Once we have that, the next thing is that we're gonna install the project. So let me close this terminal, and I'm going to open a new terminal here. CD YouTube. Okay, so I'm gonna run the server. Let's wait until we can press P, and then it's gonna take us to our Shopify application. Here, just click yes, or tap yes in my case. And there you go. We have the link, so let's go to the browser. And let's install the app. I'm gonna click this here so it's linked. Easier for us. There. All right, so we're ready. I'm gonna go really quick to this is my website here. This is my Shopify partners. It's open. I'm gonna put an icon here because I have an icon for the application, so it looks nice. It looks like a finished product. That's my point. So let's go here and here, and then here you have it. Here's where you can put an icon here, and it's this one right here. Let's wait. And I'm not really sure if I have to restore the server for that. Maybe if I refresh. Okay, no, I don't have to restore the server. So we have it. So let's go back to Beam, or new Beam. Okay, I'm just checking my project really quick. So we're gonna have to do a few things. I'm gonna have to clean this project a little bit. So I'm gonna open up here, and I'm gonna navigate to the app folder here, then cd to routes, because I'm gonna use a folder pattern so we can store our files in folders so it's more organized. That's the first thing that we have to do. So let me see. I'm gonna start with make dir an app folder. All right, let's create another one. Make dir app that index. Let me check. Yeah, we have them right here. So let's wait, this one. Oh shit, I went back to the app folder. Sorry about that. So let's go here to routes, clear this bar, then let's go to app folder, and here let's touch route.tsx. Let's go back, and let's go to cd to the app index folder, app index. Okay, so we have created the routes here. So now we're just gonna copy and paste the content from these routes here and to the folder ones. So let's just check here. Let's go to this one. Let's go to the beginning of here the file and copy everything. Maybe if you're in VS Code, it's gonna be a little, well, for me, I'm already used to, I already got used to using NeoVim, so just working with the terminal. But yeah, you can just do this, I guess, faster. Okay, so here, and then let's go here to the, wait, this is the index, right? Yeah, we have to go to the index folder that we just created. This one right here. No, it's not this one, it's this one. Then here, copy everything, save it, and now let's do the same for the app folder. Perfect. Now let's we saved, so now I'm gonna delete the other files, right? So remove, and it's app.tsx, and then the other one is app.index something, right? App. All right, sweet. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna delete the other route too. So app.channel.tsx, because we're not gonna use this route. Remove. Now we should delete this from. Alright, let me update things out. Authenticate. We need to update some of the imports here. Let's save this port. Let me check if the index one it's updating. Yeah, it does. So authenticate. Okay, we're ready here. Now we have to go to the app folder here, and I guess we have to delete this part, this link. Okay, so we are almost done. Let me just close the file tree to see if it looks nice. Okay, so we have the app index folder, the out login, and then the index folder. Now we could put these webhooks. I'm gonna think we're gonna do it later, right? So we can put these webhooks in a folder as well, but we don't really need to do that right now. Let's verify the server. Let's see. Let's refresh the application to see if it's working. Okay, it's working. So now let's delete the content from the index folder, index file. I mean. So here, let's get rid of the action. But we are not gonna use an action here. Okay, we can delete this part, and then let's delete everything here from the title all the way down to the page component. For the closing tag of the page component, that would be the end. Okay, here. Now let's just get rid of everything here. Just delete this bar. Just take your time here. Delete this bar here. We can delete this guy. We can delete this guy. We can delete this guy. We can save. Now maybe let's do a classic hello world just to make sure. So h1, let's have this closing tag here. Okay, we have the hello world. Okay, so I think to warm up, the best thing that we can do here is we're gonna create a component, the banner component from the index page. So yeah, let's just go back one folder here, and then let's make dir components, cd into components, and then inside here I'm going to let's create another folder to keep it organized. Make dir dashboard banner, let's call it that, dashboard ban. I think I have a typo. Make. Alright, sweet. So now we have the components folder, and then it's here where we are going to store a few of the components that we have. So we need to create the dashboard component. So let's have an export default function. Okay, so as a return here, I'm gonna use some just simple HTML here. So let's have a div. Here we're gonna have an image. So let's put a class name and a source and an alt as well. So source, we need to copy the image. We have to create a folder that's gonna store images as well. So I have to do that, remind me. So let's put banner here, banner. Then the class name is gonna be just banner image. Okay, sweet. So we have the image. Now below the image, we're gonna have a div as well. Okay, close these divs. This is gonna be the div that's gonna contain the content. So content. We're gonna have an h1 here. Maybe I'm thinking right now, maybe I shouldn't have start with this div because the tutorial is gonna start with HTML and CSS. Not really sure if you guys want to see that, but well, it's cool. It's always good to practice. So anyways, so shipping array, discounts, not rates. So that's gonna be the title inside the banner. So, and the p tag that we're gonna have some text as well. So p tag here. So let's have a class as a subtitle, class name, subtitle here, and then the text, let's increase your store functionality. Okay, so we have this part ready. Now we need to have to go here. Let's go back. Let's make the assets folder. Okay, that's gonna contain the images here, and I have to move. I have an image, one file below, pwd. Okay, so let's import the image. So import image. Oops, typo. Import image from, and then here. Okay, I wasn't sure what was the name of the image. So ban.jpg. Okay, so that's gonna be the image, but we're gonna create a hook here that's going to check if the image is loaded. And if it's loaded, it's gonna display the image. If it's not, it's gonna display a skeleton from Polaris. So that's the first trick I'm gonna show you. Okay, I think I'm missing a closing tag, right? I'm missing the slash at the end of the here. Let's save, and yeah, it was a slash missing. So we're gonna create the hook and the skeleton, and then we're gonna use the hook here. So let me see where I'm at. So let's go to components, cd to the dashboard banner. Scale it. Okay, perfect. So let's go to the skeleton one. Skeleton here, and this is gonna be, again, it's just another component. So maybe we can just go here and then reuse some of this logic. So here, let's copy it. This is gonna be banner skeleton, and then inside here we're gonna call one of the Polaris components is called skeleton display text. Skeleton. Let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, it's right here. So let's have a max width of 100%, and we have to close it. And what's the problem here? I think I have an extra deep tag. Let's save the project, and we have it here. Alright, so now let's go and create the hook. We have to create a special hook that we're gonna use. So let me go back here, Let's make there a hooks folder. Hooks, cd hooks. Inside here, let's create the hook, call it use image loader. Now let's go here, and let's start. So let's export the function use image loader. Alright, inside here we're gonna take in an object, or that's gonna have a string. That's it. So let's put a string here, and let's put the source here, which is gonna be a string. Wait, okay, so inside here we're gonna put an object here, and then this source, and it's gonna be of the type string, right? So source string, there you go. So that's the first thing. We need a use effect. So let's import the use effect from React. Okay, let's open here parentheses. Okay, so inside here, I think I need a use state as well. So let's have the use state. And then the use state is gonna store as false, so no image. So const and then load it, and then set loaded. Alright, so inside the use state, let's put the image in a nice variable here. Let's call the new image here. And then we are gonna check the image source. So image, the source. Okay, it's gonna be equal to the source. Now let's put image on load. Oops. Image on load here. So when the image is on load, we're gonna set the loaded to here, set loaded to true. Perfect. Now we need to have a dependency array here, and then that's gonna depend on the source, and then let's return this as loaded. Okay. Let's format the document, and that's pretty much it for you. So now let's go back to the index right here, and now we're gonna use our hook. Okay, so pretty simple. Let's just use the image loader. Did I put the export? Yeah. So let's use the image loader here, and then let me open here equal loaded. When there's loaded, that's gonna have the banner right here. Now we need to pass in the source, which is gonna be the banner. Well, I call it image actually, so it's gonna be our image here. And now let's do a simple check. So if we don't have the banner loader, so we're gonna return our skeleton. Okay, so return, or let me check. What was the name of the skeleton? Yeah, skeleton. So skeleton. This is a component, not actually a function. So we have to put this as a component here. Okay, so that's pretty much it here. Now we need to test these methods. So we have to go to the index of here. Let's go to app index, and inside here, let's use it. Banner. I think it's dashboard banner, right? Dashboard. Oh, there's a typo. Let's fix the typo. Dashboard component. Well, it's not a typo. It was gonna be called different, but I think component is okay. So let's go back to my index. Here I'm not using this import yet, so it's still, let's delete this part, and we're ready. Okay, so let's go here for fixing this part. You just have to I'm sorry about that. I have to go on like app assets, and then ban, and then there you go. Like now let's try to refresh the page. Let's just test it. And you see, for a small second, you can see the skeleton. So this would be the banner, and this was just the warm-up for the tutorial. So now we have a component here in our index. We have some of the file structure for our project. Now I think it's time that we install our extension. We're gonna need the shipping API extension. We're gonna need an extension for our project. So let me go ahead here really quick. All right, so let's type Shopify. Okay, so let's type Shopify app generate extension. My bad. I'm in the wrong folder here. So now we can try that again. So we need to install this function. So let me just scroll down. It's discount shipping. So it's this one, shipping discount. So shipping discount function. Okay, it's gonna be this one, the shipping discount function extension. That's gonna allow us to create shipping discounts for shipping rates, right? So let's wait until everything's installed. I think it's gonna take some time. So all right, perfect. It's ready. Let me let's check it out. So it should be here. So here in extensions, shipping discount function source. This is the API. This would be here. This would be the function. This function right here, and then the GraphQL query that's gonna run is this one. So we're gonna update that in a second. I think we need to restart the application for 1 second in order for the changes to apply, and we're also gonna need a scope. Pretty sure we're gonna need a scope, so let's try to do that first. We have to do some setup now. So let's go to the app toml here, and then we're gonna install this scope. Let's go here to scopes, and then let's install write discounts. So save the changes, and then open the terminal again, and then let me clear the console, and then let's type Shopify app deploy, which is gonna update our Shopify app toml, and it's going to update all the project into the partners account. So yes, recommend, and then you're gonna see the typing access scope changes, application URL, etc. So let's wait. And you know what? I'm gonna show you. Because some of you are here for the first time, so I'm gonna show you how that looks like. So this is the partners account. Where is it? This one, shipping discounts. And then you're gonna go here to configuration, and then you're gonna see your scopes. I think it's actually access API. My bad. Yeah, right here. So everything worked. So in case you do that and it doesn't work, it's just make sure and you check your scopes right here. So let's go back, and now let me clear the console again, and then have to run my project again. So npm run that, and I'm gonna show you a few things because we have to test the function first, right? So we need to use the GraphQL editor that's going to come with us. So first let's run the project, and then we're gonna start the GraphQL browser. Okay, so let's click P here. Then you have to update the scopes. Something happened, so let's just refresh. All right, perfect, working. Let's go back here, and now let's go to the GraphQL editor. So you have to type in G, and we have it right here. So we have a bunch of things here. So let's the first thing that we have to do is we have to query our function. So let's type query here, and we have to query the Shopify functions. So Shopify, let's see, Shopify functions, and inside here we're gonna, since we only have one, so well, let's check more. So let's check the first 10, then edges, then nodes or node, and then let's pass in the ID and then the title. All right, so this is the query that we're gonna use to query our function ID. And there you go, it's this one right here. We're gonna use this in a second to when we start making our GraphQL queries to talk to our function. So this is the first thing that we have to do now. All right, let's run this query. I'm curious of what you're gonna get. Oh, actually, we're gonna query this endpoint when we create the gatekeep part of the application, because this part contains our subscriptions or plan, as you see here. And there's somewhere here a property that contains an array with an array of objects that contains the subscriptions that we're gonna check. So let's save that too. And now let's do a little test, because we're gonna create a discount. So let me go back here to my application, and I'm gonna open a new tab. So these are the discounts that we have. So let's just delete everything. Too much things. Delete account. All right, nice. So now we're gonna create this discount, and this discount is gonna be applied into our checkout. But I have to show you first how the thing works, and then so you can understand how the application is gonna work. So just bear with me for now. Let me go here to the Graphql editor here. So let's have a mutation. Then let's type in discount app create without my typos, of course. Discount code app create is this one. Perfect. So inside here we're gonna pass a few things. Actually, it was right. It's code discount app. Yeah, this one. And then here it's gonna have an object that's gonna have a few properties. So the function ID, we're gonna pass it. We're gonna pass in also the title, starts at the code. So title. We can fill that in a second. The starts at code. And then I'm also gonna show you these endpoint here, meta fields. This is where we are going to pass our custom rules. Actually, it's an object. And here, every discount that we create is gonna have this meta field object that's gonna contain our rules. So let me just show you for now so you can see it. So value, and then it's gonna have also a type, which is gonna be of type string. We're gonna stringify the object and then parse it. So string here. Let's go back to my function API or my function ID. Let's copy this guy. Let's go here. Let's paste this guy here. And it's giving us an error because we're not specifying the return of the function. So here it's gonna return a code app discount. So code app discount, and then this code app discount is gonna return a discount ID. Okay, discount ID, and then let's put the user errors here for good practices, and then the message. Okay, in case we have an error. And now the title is gonna be YouTube. Let's copy here YouTube as well. App discount maybe, and then the value. Wow. We don't really have to fill that because we can check it. We would have to code and then fetch these fields, meta fields to check it. So never mind, ignore it for now. And then the date. So what's the date? 25. Where's the date here? So 2025 3/11. Nice. 2025 03/11. 03/11. So let's code. All right, it worked. So it was created. So let's go here. Let's refresh. All right, it's here. So now what do I have to show you? Now we created the code, so let's go to my project, and okay, so here's where every time that we go to the checkout and then we type in the discount code, I'm gonna show you where this function is gonna run. And this function, whenever it runs, is going to run this query. And with this query is where we're gonna bring the discounts or meta fields, everything, okay, from Shopify. So that's pretty much the entire flow to it. Let's go back here. Let's open a new tab. And I just realized I don't have. So let's add this guy to the cart. Let's go here to checkout, and I don't really remember what was the code. So the code is YouTube. All right, let's see if it's working. All right, it works. So we're not really doing anything, but it's working. This is the code. So I just want to keep this explanation shortly because I want to actually, I just want to code and show you with the real code what we are going to do. But here we would pass the code, and inside the code we're going to have our meta fields, and those meta fields are going to contain our logic that's going to apply the discounts here, dynamically. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much the introduction. I'm sorry if it's a little vague, but that's it. So let's go here because I need to set up the file system again. So let's go here to app, let's go here to routes, and we are going to Alright, so we're going to create 3 folders, alright? So make dir, and it's going to be app the add rule. That's going to be the first one. The second one is going to be app the add rule index. And the next one is going to be app $, and then ID. So now let's close this extension. So now let's close this. Let's just make sure we have them here, and there are. So ls, and then let's start with the first one. So cd app so here, and this is gonna be the pattern for the application. All right, so we're gonna have the index. So the index folder is gonna be for our index for main page. That's gonna display all the rules. The $ID is gonna be the ones that's gonna display a single one or just a new one, and then this add rule is gonna contain a loader that's going to run every time that we visit this route. Okay, so this is the pattern that we're gonna use. So let's here and have an export const loader. Start function is a function, our function. So sync, and then here open parentheses, and then here, and there you go. So inside here, let's have our object request, right? So request. And the LSP is not working. I'm really sure why. Now let's here inside our function, we're gonna just run the context. So away, authenticate, here the admin, and then pass in the request. So this is pretty much just gonna check that we are authenticated for this route. So return null. Perfect. Okay, we are ready here. Let's get out of this route. Let's open the terminal. Let's go here to app. Let's here go to cd routes. Let's go to the index this time, alright? So cd app that add rule that /index. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and here. So let's create our index route. Okay. So pretty simple. Let's just create a component. So export. Oops, I can type. Export default function. Okay, index page ready. Now we need to bring in this index page. I'm gonna link it to our app. So here, let's go here to 22. We're gonna have another link. Literally just copy this guy, paste it, and then I just ignore this rel. And then let's add app rule. Rules. Let's save it, and now let's check it out. Let's see, let's just close all this shit. Close it. Rule, and there you go. We have our new page. Sweet. Let's go back. Now let's create a route for the last one. Okay, so here to go back one. Let's go ahead here. Let's go to cd app. Just copying this part, and then let's reuse it here. So paste it, and then just name it the rule as a singular. So singular, let's put singular rule page, and then it's saved. Let's go ahead here, and the way that you can call it right now is like this. Let's see. We're getting an error. Let's see what happened. So we're having a 404 a rule path collision. Okay, yeah, just an FYI, when you create this happened because I'm using the terminal, but when you create a route, the $ID, you need to, if you're using the terminal, you need to do it like this with like this between these two, because otherwise it's not gonna, I have no idea why it happens, but it happens. This is the same thing when you commit a file to Git and there's $IDs, whatever. Just make sure you do it, and then you're gonna create the, you're gonna create it like this. So it's gonna detect it. So when you go here to the server, it's going to say, for example, 100. This is gonna be your single rule page, right? So single rule page, and then if we take out the 100, it's gonna be the index one. Okay, just an FYI here. So yeah, that was it. Let's go back here, and now the next thing that we have to do, we're gonna first work on the backend mainly, because yes, we need to first build a lot of the backend. So I guess I'm gonna go here to Prisma, because here we actually have to create some models, right? So let's go here to the end part, and let me show you. Okay, so we're gonna need a Shopify store. Let me create this model, the Shopify store, open square brackets here, and then we're gonna have a few things. Let's see what we can grab from this guy. We can grab the let's go back here. We can grab the AV. What else we can grab? They created that. Don't we have a created that? And no, we don't. Yeah. So created app. Let's specify a daytime, and then it's gonna be default here, and then it takes in a function now, which is gonna give it the noun. So let's have an updated app. It's gonna be daytime as well. Default. Now let's open the function here, and now I need an extra property which is going to be updated. So here, updated app. So one thing to note is my LSP is not working here for Prisma. I will have to take care of that later. So now, anyways, so let's have a shop, and then the shop is going to be a string. And now let's have a discount rules. All right, discount. Oops, typo. Which is going to be of the type discount rules, which we haven't created yet. Discount rules. There you go. It's going to be one-to-many relationships. So now let's go ahead here, and then the model discount rules. Now we can copy. Perfect. So let's grab these three guys, and then let's go back here, paste them. Okay, and then we need a few things. All right, so we're gonna have a rule enable. So let's just get that out of the way. Rule enabled, which is gonna be a boolean. And then let's have a default as false. All right, so default. We're gonna have, let's have some space here so we can differentiate. So rule enable, what else we're gonna have? We're gonna have an automatic or code, automatic or code, which is gonna be, this is gonna be an enum actually. So let's have an enum here, and this enum, let's make it on capitals, right? Automatic. So we're gonna have a few different values here. So that's why we are using an enum. So automatic code, now we can reuse it here. Let's have a code as well, which is gonna be a string. Let's have the discount type and the discount amount. All right, so the discount type is gonna be an enum as well, so we can just grab this guy. Oops, let's there you go, here, paste it, and then okay, this is gonna be the discount type. Let's delete this guy here, and now we're gonna have two types, percentage and the fixed amount. All right, percentage and fixed amount. Easy. Now let's go here, discount type. Now discount amount, we're gonna have a discount amount of a string. Just keep it simple. Now let's have a shipping rate option, and then let's create another enum for that. And why are we gonna have a shipping rate option? Is because we can apply the discounts to our shipping rates, and we're gonna have the option to either apply to one single shipping rate or to all shipping rates. So yeah. So shipping rate option, shipping rate option, and then here let's just have all rates, and this one is going to be by rating, by. Okay, perfect. So let's go back again here, and now let's type the property shipping rate options. Which is gonna be of the type shipping rate option. Now let's have the shipping rate name, shipping rate name. And this is going to be a string, and it's going to be nullable because it could be if it's the type of all rates, we're not gonna have a name here, so it could be null. So yeah. So now let's have a start date and the dates. That would be the last fields here. So start date. Let's have a start time. Let's have a boolean that has end date, and now let's have a end date, and now end time. Easy, right? Now let's go here. Wish I had some intelligence here, but whatever. So let's have some string here. This one, the start date is gonna be a string. The start time, I think it can be null. I'm not really sure. Anyways, so this one is gonna be a boolean, and we're gonna have a default as false. Default. Let's put a false guy here. All right, sweet. So now let's have two other strings. These two can be null for sure. So string and then string. Let's save the file, and I know it looks ugly as fuck, but okay. let's just keep going. All right, let's just ignore that. So now we need to migrate the changes in Prisma, and we're gonna check the database. Maybe some of you don't know how to do that. Okay, so once we're ready here, let's open the terminal, and now we're gonna run the migration. So the command for that is npx prisma migrate dev. So prisma migrate dev. So I wanna do it in the first try. So see, I have a bunch of typos. Let me see what the hell happened here. So type datetime is neither a built-in type nor refers to a model. Do I have a okay, yeah, I have a typo though. I'm sorry about that, but this is how I learn. This is actually how you learn with typos. So datetime, it's with a capital, right? So I don't have them with a capital. So datetime here, okay, 1, so 2, 3, and the last one. So do we have another one? No, I think that's it. So I think we can try that again. Let's clean this guy, and then let's run the command. So either run Prisma format, okay. So it said that it's formatted, but it's not. So let's try that again. So npx, so this one. All right, now it's detecting it. All right, I have no idea what happened, but it worked. So let's do it. So just put first migration. So and that's it. And now we are gonna have the migration. Perfect. So what should? Okay, I think I already told you, but I'm gonna say it again in case. Every time that you do a change here in Prisma and the Prisma file, you have to run the migration, okay? And once we run the migration, we can check the database. So we can run npm run Prisma Studio, npm run Prisma Studio here, and then we are gonna check the database. It's just it takes you directly to the browser. So this is the model, the session from the current session here. You're gonna see my Shopify shop link. So yeah, all right, so we have that out of the way. So let's go back to the project, and there you go. Now I got formatted. Check this out, looks beautiful. I didn't know we had that command to format the file. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's next thing that we have to do, I think we should maybe we can create the endpoints. I mean I think we can create the I think we can now the next thing that we can do, I think we can create the methods to do CRUD operations with these discount rules, so we can test them. Yeah, why not? Let's try that. Okay, let me clear the command again. Let me go ls. Now we need to go to cd app. Okay, so inside here, let's create make here rules, cd rules, and then touch rules the server that yes. All right, sweet. So now let's go to here to models, to rules, to rules the server, and I hope you get to see that your start to recognize the pattern here. So we are gonna organize our backend API call methods, database call methods here in models. We have our hooks here, we have our components, we have our assets for images, then we have our routes, and then we are we have only one model on Prisma. That's gonna be our rule, and then this is the pattern folder pattern convention for this project. We have 3 of these here. Okay, so that's basically it. It's simple, but it does the job. So let's go ahead here, and now let's create the first method. All right, so let's I think we're gonna need to create a discount rule as the first part. So let's have an export sync this function. Create discount rule. Let's open parentheses here. Let's have a try. Okay, we have a try and a catch error here, and I have a typo here. Don't want to rule here. Nice. So we need to have a few things. So I think we're gonna pass 2 params. We're gonna pass a Prisma arguments. So Prisma rs with 2, and here, and then let's call the Prisma object here. This guy. So Prisma, and then you can get to see your discount model here. So is discount rule create arcs is this guy right here, and inside here just we're gonna pass in default arguments. Just make sure it comes from Prisma. Right here is this library, yeah. And next one, we're gonna just pass in the DB. So here, and then Prisma client is the type. Prisma client, it's this one. You know what? I think it's not this one. Let's I think it comes from this import. So Prisma client. Yeah, make sure it comes from here, from Prisma.client. All right, so now let's go back to our try and catch, and we have to wait, then calling DB here, and then we're gonna call in our discount rules, and then we're gonna create. Okay, so type in here create, and then inside here you're gonna pass in your arguments, right? So Prisma arguments, and this is gonna keep it clean, so we can pass in all the arguments in the route, so we can keep our methods here more clean. So here, and then create discount rule. Let's format this guy. Let's go here, let's go here. Now once we create it, maybe I'm gonna put console log here. We can debug. Discount rule. Nice. So now let's just return the guy. Okay, that was the first method. So now we can, it's gonna be pretty much the same for all of them. So I'm going to, let's copy these guys. Now let's do it. Just might as well just do it here. So create a rule. Let's change the name for get discount rule. Get discount. Now you need to change here the arguments as well. So Prisma that discount rule find many arguments, or well, it's not find many, it's find unique. Discount. And here I guess we can just take in the created and then return a discount rule. Now we're not gonna need a log here, so let's save it. Now let's grab this guy one more time and then let's create a find many. Find many arguments, and then here find many. Now we can just add an S here and S and S. Alright, so we have three methods. We need to have or update, delete, and delete many, right? So let's go here to the end of the file, and then, well, actually let's we have to copy this guy. Copy. Go here, let's paste it, and now this is gonna be the update discount rule. So let's go ahead here, update discount rule, update arguments. We have to pass in an update here. Now let's change this. Well, but this is pretty much the pattern. It's very easy to work with Prisma. Very convenient, especially for the part for the migrations part, because it's managing. I rather manage the database in just pure SQL with Postgres, but it can be a pain in the ass. It can be a pain in the ass. Prisma, I see the beauty of Prisma, but it can be. How about I go here? Alright, so we have the update function. Now we need to create, we need two more to go, right? So we need to have the delete function, and then, oops, we need to have the delete function and then also the delete many. Alright, so let's just do it. So delete the discount rules. Now let's update this guy. Now last one more. Now this one is delete many. All right. So here. All right, sweet. We're done with the server rules here. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 5 methods, right? Okay, we're ready in this file. Let's save one more time in case. Okay, so now that we're done here with the models here, let's the next part that we want to create is this one. I was gonna do the API. Okay, so now that we're done here, let's go here to the file system because I want to do something really quick. I want to do a method that's going to be called setup store. That's going to run every time the application goes to the index, to the main page, right? So, yes, I can do it. Well, actually, I'm going to create a new folder. So, cd, and right here in app, let's call it services. Let's go into services. Let's clear this. And let's just make a file touch setup.ts. Okay, so setup.ts, and inside here we're gonna have our setup store function export sync. Setup store, let's have a try and catch. And I'm missing an H here. Okay, so this is going to check if we have it's going to check if we have a Shopify store. You know, if it doesn't have it, it's going to create the Shopify store in our database, and that's going to help us. And that's going to help us find unique data using the Shopify store, because all the models, like when we design the Prisma models, are gonna have a, and because all the models are gonna have a relationship with the Shopify store, and the customer is related to a Shopify store, and yeah, that's basically it. For doing the try and catch, I think I have to put this. Yeah, let's have the DB, and then it's gonna be of the type Prisma client. That's gonna come from this guy, Prisma client. Now let's have the out admin context, or just the context. Context is gonna be of out admin context. All right, so now for the context, we need to create the context. We're gonna always use this, so let me have this type that we're gonna create, and let me have an export here, type out admin context, and it's gonna be the context of the Shopify admin type. Okay, so let's have an await here, awaited here, and it's gonna be of the type return type. And inside here, let's put a type of out admin context, type of okay. So let's use this guy here, and now we're gonna have the autocomplete and access to all the methods, and here we're gonna have the autocomplete and the access to all the methods from the admin context. So let me destructure. We're gonna need the session here. So from out admin context, or from the context actually, and here from the context, let's have a constant here. Let's have this guy. Let's grab the session, and inside the session we're gonna have the shop, right? So let's grab the shop here, and now we can use the shop here when we find the shop from the session. That's the first thing that we're gonna do. And I think we first have to check if there's one, right? So wait db the Shopify store, the find unique. We're gonna find the unique here, and then here inside let's put an object, and here we are going to find it, right? So where, I think there's another object here. Yeah, it's another object, and then the shop. So we're gonna find the Shopify store where the shop is unique, and if we find it, let's put it in a constant. So I think I'm gonna have to do this inside the try and catch. So let me grab these guys, let me put it inside the here. Okay, so let me format the file, and we're getting an error here because, you know what, I forgot to do something. So let me go here to Prisma here, and this is supposed to be unique, this shop. So there's only gonna be one shop with our application. So let's well, it's actually kind of good because you get to see this bar. If you messed up here in the models, just put unique here, and then what you gotta do basically is just you have to run the migration again. So let's run again the migration, npx prisma migrate dev. I think is the could not find Prisma. Oh yeah, my bad. So let's try it again. And shop unique. All right, perfect. Migration, it's working. Now let's go back to our setup file. I think I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna open this again, and it should work now. Not really sure why it's not working, but it should work. That was the problem. So now let's just keep going. It's probably just the editor. I have to close it and open it back again. So after we grab the Shopify store, we're gonna check if we don't have a Shopify store. So if we don't have here this Shopify store, we're going to create it, right? So let's just wait, and then db.create or db.shopify store.create, and then inside here let's create the Shopify store. So let's create this guy, and then we're going to pass in the shop that's gonna come from here. Is gonna come from our session, from our Shopify contact session. So let's put data here, let's put brackets here, and let's put a shop inside shop. So now let me go up here, let me delete this import. I didn't actually wanted to bring this import. And if everything's successful, let's just return a string here, return setup. Now I'm gonna close new beam because I wanna see what happened. So close it, let's open it back again. Let's go to the services and let's see. All right, so now this where is working. So it was that, and now this giving me an error for some reason. Data, the shop. Okay. Okay, and I think okay, and here I think I have another error because if we go here, I have to, I'm not, that's why it's asking me for the ID after reading the log, because we're not creating an ID on default, and I think it's gonna be happening the same thing on this role. I forgot that specific part here. So let me put this here, ID, and then default. And then we're gonna have to run the migration again. So auto increment. But this is why this is really why like Prisma is super convenient. It's super easy to fix these mistakes. So let's copy it here, and then let's go back here. Let's paste it. Let's save this guy. Let's run the migration again. So npx prisma migrate dev. I think oops, I have a typo, my bad. So here, let's delete this guy. Let's delete this guy here. Let's save again. Let's try one more time. Let's clear the console, and now let's run npx prisma migrate dev. So error parsing default. Okay, default auto increment. Am I running the function? Okay, I think they need to be IDs or integers actually. So integer, and I think this is with Okay, now let's run again. Now I have another mistake here, so let's check. Okay, so we need to fix this relationship here. So you know what, I'm actually going to just grab this guy. Let's grab it here, let's put it here, and this is gonna be called the shop, and this shop is going to match the string shop, and then the Shopify store is gonna be the relationship, and then here we are gonna do a few things here, so just follow me along. So in fields, instead of matching the shop ID, we need to find and match the shop. References, it's not gonna be the ID, it's gonna be the shop. And then let's add two more things. So on delete, so whenever this guy is deleted, it's gonna delete all these discount rules on cascade. So cascade, and then on update as well. Alright, so let's try this one more time. So let's run that migration. Now I think it's working. So new models, and I'm gonna have to delete all the models and install the application again because they have a string IDs. So that's probably going to mess up the application, but now it's working. But I don't know if I should do that now. Maybe not. Alright, so now let's go ahead here to setup, and this is not gonna work here because I have to close it. I have to open this guy again. Let's go here to services, and now it's working. Now it's perfectly working, guys. So now let's go here to my route. We're gonna test this guy. Let's go here to my app route. And inside here, the app route, I'm going to run this function, and then we're gonna check that it's creating the Shopify store. So let's just put here await, then setup store. Setup store is going to find it here, and then we need to pass in the context. So I think we have to just create a context from here. So context, and then the context is here, and now we need to bring in the database as well. So let's import the DB. So import DB from, and the DB is right there. It's next to your main routes and root file. So here, db.server. Alright, so now that we have the DB here, let's I think everything's ready. So I'm gonna, you know what, I'm going to stop the server, and I'm going to go ahead here. Let's npm run Prisma Studio. And then inside here, I'm going to just delete this session. So let's cancel this guy. So we deleted the session, and then let's go ahead to our Shopify store. Let's go ahead in this part here. Let's go ahead here. Let's uninstall the application, just in case, because we did a few changes, breaking changes in the database. So it's gonna be good practice to do that. So now let's just npm run dev. Now we should see when we run the app, it's going to try to fetch a Shopify store, and if it doesn't have the Shopify store, it's going to set up the Shopify store based on the name of our session of the shop. And yeah, now let's go ahead, open the application, install it, and drink some coffee. Okay, let's see. I think I should have logged something, but well, it's cool. I think we can just see the database, right? Let's link this guy. So nothing's happening. Let's try to refresh again. Maybe we have some mistake here. Let's check. I think this is just my connection though. All right, so let's just run the server here, and let's see. Hopefully everything's gonna work. Let's drink some coffee. Okay, let's just wait. All right, perfect. Everything's working back to normal. And if we go back, or if we check the database, oops, I'm not running the server again. npm run business studio. You're gonna see that we have a session, and then we also have the Shopify store. So we have the two of them. Perfect. And now these times they're integers. All right, so we fixed that. We have to keep going.